Hey, Bob Coates here, along with Ercaline Harvey, talking to you about ASP, that's American Society of Photographers. Hey, Images of Distinction. And in the Images of Distinction, we've got a great panel. We've got Joan Janest, who has been a jury chair at PPA for a really long time. All of our jurors are PPA-approved jurors. Let's run down the list here. We got Joan as the jury chair, Mary Fisk-Taylor, who's the incoming president of PPA. We've got Randy McNeely. You know what? Personally, he was on my all-star list big time because Randy he's so quiet, and his when he says anything, it just is amazing. Tom Rouse is very much into the art line. Mary's into the portrait and the wedding line, and Randy's a commercial photographer and a portrait artist. Tom Rouse, big time into the art. And then we also have Kimberly Smith, who, you know, if you haven't seen her work, it's just blowing people off the mark of in the art world and in the portrait world. So we just have an absolutely, did I get everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's everybody. That's going to be our panel. I'll be standing by.
Amazing lineup.
And I'm going to be standing by in case there's a glitch and somebody's internet goes out. I'll be able to slip in so we won't lose any time in the judging. So tell us what about the image discussion afterwards on the 1st of April.
Yeah, so here's the deal. So a lot of times you enter these competitions, and if you're like me, your image comes up and you're just like, tell me what I need to fix. And then they just go 84 and it's gone, and you're like, no, come back, and you got nothing, right? Like absolutely nothing. And then you probably complain to your friends later that nobody talked about your image. So now, instead of having to worry about the judges not talking about your image, everyone gets to come back the next day with the panel. We're not going to discuss the names of the makers, but the images are going to pull up and the judges are going to say why they scored it that way. And so you're going to be able to get that amazing feedback and understand maybe why one judge gave you a 79, but everyone did say an 85, because he might have saw something that the others missed, right? It's so quick up on the screen. There's just almost always never enough time to analyze it unless you end up being that lucky image where the judges are like, well, now that this has been sitting here,
challenge
I see this.
Okay, so the thing that is going to be different about this, Erica, is that it's not going to be a full challenge. Every judge isn't going to say something about every image.
Yeah.
What it is it's going to be a panel discussion, but you're going to have the jury chair and the judges who were on the panel there so that they can pull out, and maybe 1 or 2 people will comment on it if there's nobody else who has anything like majorly divergent to say about it. They'll go back and forth a little bit, but it's not going to be a full challenge all the way through, because otherwise we'd be there all day. You can't possibly do that. And then the one other thing,
want to be there all day, Bob?
Nay. The one other thing I want to mention is that if you are an ASP member, this panel discussion is at no charge to you. That's part of being an ASP member. If you're not an ASP member, it's going to cost you an extra $30 to get in the room to watch. But that's a small price to pay to get that education. It'll be just absolutely amazing. And then you can look forward to becoming an ASP member yourself, or you could if you're already qualified to be an ASP member, which means you have a degree of some sort like craftsman or master or wedding or artist from PPA, that enables you to be in ASP as a member. So we got one more thing that we're going to tell you about later on, and that'll do it for this one. Are we done? Okay, bye.